how about the energy level defensively in that game? I mean, they made finding an open shot a very difficult task for their opponents.
And it wasn't just in the half court. I mean, I thought they were excellent in transition defense as well. They didn't give up any easy baskets because they always had good floor balance and got back after the miss.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And so in the game for the 76ers, Matt Barnes is out there with Evans. Then it's Holiday. Then it's Rain Man. And it's Lamb in at the two-guard position.
Nice dime drop there from Holiday. Excellent awareness. And you look at Reggie Evans, he hasn't done a lot as a basketball player, but what he does really well. Rebound like a maniac. And he defends the post as if his family is in danger.
Here's Baxter. Nailed from three-point land.
Baxter.
Rain Man's got himself on the board with three there. Parsons outside. Back to Smith. The dish now to Neal. The three ball. Smith's shot is good. When one thinks of Reggie Evans, one word often comes to mind. Hustle. It's through sheer relentlessness that he's made it over 13 years, Greg, in this NBA.
You know, he always gives maximum effort. The numbers and usage rate were down a little last year, but I believe he still has the fire and energy to give you a few good minutes every game.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Outside Holiday to the inside. And it's Evans missing.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Jordan. He averages about 5 points a game.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
And Holiday kicks to Evans. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Evans has got his second bucket.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
The pass to Smith. Smith on the wing. Here's Jordan. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
I caught up with head coach Brett Brown. When we talked about what they'll try to do on defense, he told me they're going to have to do everything they can to neutralize their opponent's high flyers, saying, quote, "We can't play above the rim like these guys, so we'll have to do our best to keep them away from the hoop." Gentlemen, easier said than done.
Thank you, Doris. Fast break, Philadelphia. Lamb leading the charge. They get it back. Over in the corner, Barnes. Right side, Holiday. To the right side. Lets the three fly. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
And here's Evans after the three-pointer from Chandler Parsons. And Jordan sends it back. Smith outside. Now here is Smith. He's guarded closely. And so he draws the foul on the shot on a trip to the line to shoot two. DeAndre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
And watching DeAndre Jordan, he's really refined his game over the years without losing the athleticism. He's that rubbery, long-limbed athlete that transcends age. And so far, I've seen zero drop-off in his leaping ability and quickness, but no question he's improved his skills and IQ.
And talking about DeAndre Jordan, he is displaying an energy level that many scouts wondered if he had. Let's face it, he underachieved a bit in his 1 year in college. He knows that. But when it's come time to do it at the highest level, DeAndre has risen to the occasion.
And so here is Philadelphia, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Covered by Miller. And there's the defensive 3-second call. Philadelphia shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
And guys, I'd have to credit the work they put in at the free throw line to practice this season. I mean, because they have noticeably improved since a year ago.
Rain man checked in for Chicago. Terry outside. Down low. The steal. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. For Chicago, they have not yet made a free throw in the game. 0 of 2 so far.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
Here's Rush. Here's McGarry. The 76ers again can't hit it. Philadelphia started to create a little bit of an identity last season after all their transactions, Clark, and shifting around. They settled down and came together.
Yeah, and I tell you, it looks like the identity will be the Sixers being a defensive team going forward. Offense has its fits and starts, but defensively they found some traction.
Rush outside, cannot hit. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
And that one's good. McGarry.
As you said, the 76ers will be a team built on defense going forward. At least that's what it seems like to me. They have very active hands and can bother a lot of shots. They also force a ton of turnovers as well.
The 76ers trail by 3. No good. Good D by Miller.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Pass to Rush. Out to the wing. With 1 on the clock. That misses. Would have kind of had it gone in. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's Chicago leading by 3. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
Well, it's been a tight one so far as we get the second quarter going back here. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Chicago leading by 3. And so in the game for the 76ers, they've got Evans, Holiday out there with Jeremy Lamb. Then it's Matt Barnes, and it's Baxter in at the 5. The 76ers shooting about 33%, not happy with their play on that end. And watching Matt Barnes, he will do all the dirty work for you. He's an instigator, he's an agitator, and he's a team player, I think, at the core. And everywhere he's gone, you know, and he's played for a lot of teams, Greg, he's had that role.
It's a great point. I call him a glue guy. You know, he's not someone who's going to be a volume scorer or a smooth playmaker, but the game really is built on grit, diving for loose balls, taking charges, making hard fouls, you know, whatever it takes to help his team win. I like that line, antagonist. That's a very good way to describe him.
Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Baseline try. Rebound by Smith.
Oh, tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
Textbook work. Close enough to bother the shot. Good challenge, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
And Holiday kicks to Lamb. Evans attacking 11 feet away. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rain Man. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jordan, he's checked in for Chicago. Gary Neal comes in for Miller. Chicago leading by 7.
Gary Neal.
Smith on the wing, releases, and that misses badly. Air ball. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Count that one.
He really made that mismatch pay off. A defender giving up that much size isn't going to be able to put up much resistance near the basket.
And Neal kicks to Smith. In the corner, Smith with it. Back to Smith. There's the three. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, over that break, I listened in on Brett Brown's huddle. The strategy included running the offense through Rain Man. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
No good from Jordan. The 76ers trail by 6. Holiday goes in. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated in how the Spurs conducted business. Clark, before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston.
For Australia for a while in international play. Dunleavy, the pass to Smith. Dunleavy dishes to Smith. He feeds it to Neal. Here's Jordan. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Rain Man's got his 3rd rebound on the night. To the right side. Lamb. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 5 assists in the game. And guys, for Drew Holiday last season was a tale of 2 halves. Over the first half, he displayed the leadership and the playmaking skills the team had originally acquired him for.
You know what, Kevin? Over the second half of the year, everything just kind of fell apart for Drew. He couldn't shake an injury to his lower right leg, and as a result, had to watch from the bench as his team fought for its playoff lives.
In the corner, Smith with it. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Right side Holiday. It's taken away by Smith. Dishes to Jordan. And Neal kicks to Jordan. In the corner, it's Dunleavy. Goes up on the wing. That is good. And Chicago leads by 6.
And when you talk about Holiday, the Pelicans really needed his contribution last season. He can score and distribute the basketball equally as well. An excellent all-around defender. Exactly what you want in a point guard, except that he just couldn't stay healthy.
Dunleavy for 3. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Their last encounter was in Philadelphia.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
Yeah, and that turned the tide, the rebounding differential. They've got to focus and make it a team effort to really pound the glass. And for Holiday, I love his effort. He works extremely hard. His injuries, no fault of his own, just a run of misfortune. Let's hope this talented young man can turn it around and keep it turned around from a health standpoint.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Chicago.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Rain Man's checked in for Smith. Chandler Parsons comes in for Josh Smith. Skinny, he's checked in for Dunleavy. And Andre Miller is subbed in for Gary Neal. The 76ers trail by 4. Covered by Miller. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
For Chicago, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. The drive by Jordan. Here's Rain Man. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Miller, no luck. The 76ers have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Passes it to Baxter. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Here's Hines. Nice shot from the wing. Skinny's got 5.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Baxter passes to McGarry. Again, Philadelphia. 7 seconds left now here in the second. Miller outside. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Chicago.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. And Kenny, let's get your input on the Bulls.
Well, give them credit for getting out on that fast break. They made a concerted effort to run every time. Not once, not twice, every time, and it paid off in points. I also thought it wore down the defense.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and they helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. And they're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. You look at Rain Man, what a contribution.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Gary Neal is out there with Smith. Then there's Chandler Parsons. Then it's Smith, and it's Jordan in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half.
And looking at Drew Holiday, there's one thing he could do to really improve his game. something that would, for the first time in a full season, help get his field goal percentage up over 45%. And that's just to get to the rim more often. Attack off the dribble.
Pass to Lamb. Here's Rain Man, covered by Smith. He took good advantage of that screen. And that's now 11 points for Rain Man.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hand. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. The strategy included running the offense through Rain Man. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Also, he was just as passionate when he told them that they needed to put everything they have into their offensive rebounding. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
All right, Doris, thanks. Third quarter of basketball, we're about a minute and a half in. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. And Parsons kicks to Smith. Parsons dishes to Smith. To the middle. Kicks it out to Parsons. Here's Jordan. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And a chance here to see our rookie watch. The biggest point-producing freshman over the last 10 games. And you take a look at Smith, among the league leaders, 4th in scoring.
That's just an impressive scoring run. And, guys, I don't think he's done. He's got a lot more where that came from.
Yeah, let me tell you, you better believe he does. I mean, he has a deep reservoir of offensive skills that are just now being fully tapped. You know, a career high for DeAndre Jordan in free throw attempts a game, almost 6 a game. And a lot of those actually came from the hack-a-Jordan tactic.
Good on the second free throw. As you said, Greg, hack-a-Jordan was in full effect last year. Not a great thing to watch, obviously, but a viable strategy given his career free throw percentage.
And what's funny about the hack-a-Jordan is that it usually works in his favor. Historically, when Jordan shoots over 10 free throws a game, his team almost always wins. And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
Outside Holiday. Evans kicks to Barnes. There's the pick. He dishes it to Lamb for the tie. And good on the basket. Book it. Lamb's got 7 points in the game.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Neal passes to Smith. Takes the 3. Neal's shot is off. The 76ers have gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for Josh Smith. Averaging about 3 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at those numbers, not bad. But, guys, I think he can do better. and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. Chicago making some changes. Rain Man's checked in for Jordan. Smith comes in for Smith, and Miller's subbed in for Gary Neal. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Landon Rush, he's checked in for Matt Barnes. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Rain Man's got his first bucket in this one.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
And Chicago has possession. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game, and that'll be the 4th of this 5-game homestand. Smith with a wide open look. No good on the triple. It's a close game here in Chicago. Covered by Miller. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And, you know, coaches just love players who they can count on to give that effort defensively.
And he clearly is one of those guys, Greg. We saw it right there. Nice work forcing that miss.
Smith dishes to Miller. His 3-pointers off the mark. Here's Philadelphia. Kicks it to Lamb. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. And denied at the rim, but they call the foul. Whistle blows, and we'll see him shoot 2 from the line.
You know what? Nice job there on the attack at the rim, drawing the contact.
And from a defensive standpoint, a good foul to save the dunk there.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Chicago.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Skinny, he's checked in for Parsons. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Terry's checked in. So he gets them both. Chicago trailing here. And there's the feed to Smith. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in. Miller's got 3 assists tonight. For Philadelphia, they've gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency.
And Andre Miller, what a virtuoso floor general he has been. By far the career leader in assists among active players. Over 1,000 more assists than the next guy on the list, which is Chris Paul.
McGarry, no luck.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, I mean, deterred them from those playing. Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Getting back to Miller last year, he was 16th in the league, which is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, a couple of things happened, I thought. He slowed down a little, and he was playing behind John Wall. That led to the fewest minutes per game of his career, and the rest of his stats kind of followed suit.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Rush, covered by Smith. Shot clock at 6. Got a piece of it. And he lobs it up.
And they can up the ante a little bit there after that basket.
Yeah, you know, their lead's increasing, and they've got to be feeling better and better about the way this game is starting to play out now. So we'll see if they can close it out.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The wide open look here for Terry. Another miss by Philadelphia. It's possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
8 seconds left in the third quarter. They need this. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter as he just beats the buzzer.
That's superb clock management there, maximizing every second of the clock in that situation. Well done.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first three, we should be in for a treat. And so here is Philadelphia. It's a 5-point game. Taking a look at the 76ers. They've got Matt Barnes, Jeremy Lamb out there with Holiday. And it's Rain Man, and it's Evans in at the power forward position. And Lamb kicks to Barnes. 5 on the clock. Feeds to Evans. The dish to Holiday. Tries from 16, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
The lead just froze on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Evans passes to Holiday. The basket good off the assist from Evans. And that's now 7 points for Drew Holiday.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And you know what, just a little too much heat on that pass for him to come up with the steal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was going to be a tough catch for either one of them.
Smith checked in for Skinny. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Neal dishes to Smith. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Rain Man's got 6 rebounds in the game. He kicks to Barnes. Here's Rain Man, guarded by Jordan. Clock at 6. Right at the free throw line, and it falls over the rim and in. 15 points for Rain Man.
Unbelievable. This guy is completely in a zone.
And he knows it. You can see it. The body language, the confidence. Real swagger out there for him.
Got a piece of it. And the pass to Parsons. In the corner, Smith with it. Here's Neal, guarded by Holiday. They get it back. Barnes kicks to Lamb. Back to Barnes. 76ers moving the ball around. Holiday against Parsons. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Barnes for 3. Rebound by Smith. Chicago leading by 3. And Parsons kicks to Smith. Inside. And it's Jordan. That time on the assist by Smith. And that's 15 points here for DeAndre Jordan. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Back to Holiday. Wide open. Neal pulls it in.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Smith on the wing. Pass to Jordan. Smith inside. The 3. The shot is off.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
Lamb. Offensive rebound. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Rain Man. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Chicago making a switch here. Smith is checked in.
Smith.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Smith left side.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look. Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
To the middle. Neal passes to Jordan. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kane's team.
And the 76ers call time here. It's been quite a game so far for DeAndre Jordan.
He's on fire. And they needed to put their heads together to figure out how to get the ball out of his hands.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Brett Brown as he addressed his team. He told the guys that for now, he wants to see them back off the three-point shot, saying all our offense doesn't need to come from perimeter jump shots. Let's get the ball inside for some high-percentage looks.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Really an extraordinary game for Jordan. He's got 17 points and also a block shot.
Simply putting on a show.
Yeah, he simply decided that he's going to do it all by himself. I know it's a team game, but every now and then, a guy like him can do it solo.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. So he comes up empty, missing both. For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. To tie it up, and the rejection by Smith. Here's Neal. He feeds it to Smith. Shoots from the baseline, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And Chicago leads by 4. Timeout called the 76ers. They're down by 4. 1:15 left in the fourth quarter. Miller's checked in for Chicago. .115 left to play here in the fourth. Charity stripe shot. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Dishes to Jordan. Back to Smith. And it's Smith, top of the key. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Now it's a 6-point Chicago lead.
Wow, he is lighting it up here in the second half.
Timeout called the 76ers. They're trailing by 6. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Lamb to the wing right side. Barnes dishes to Lamb. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Jordan kicks to Miller. Parsons passes to Miller. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Back to Jordan. Whoops, they pick off the pass.
Time definitely not on their side.
They need a very quick bucket, a real quick one.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Some fantastic numbers for Smith. 9 points and 6 assists. He's been tough on the inside and displayed great vision with his passing, too.
And you know what? He is the total package today, giving them a little bit of everything.
And Clark, maybe at this point, not much of a chance for a comeback.
I don't think it's going to happen, partner.
Yeah, you got a better chance of walking through a lion's den with pork chop underwear on.
Greg went deep for that one.
He did, but I'm hungry now.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
And the 76ers call time here. They're behind by 10. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
You know, you like the fight all the way to the end, but let's face it, guys, this one's over.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I really think you shouldn't be allowed to call timeouts here. late in the ball game if there's no chance for it to do any good on the scoreboard.
Passes it to McGarry. He dishes it to Rush. Puts up a three. No good. Chicago calls timeout. Guys, your thoughts?
Now that you can tell there's some bad blood here. They're just rubbing it in now by calling a timeout.
Yeah, there really isn't much for them to be talking about. This is rubbing it in and adding salt to the wound.
Smith for three. Off the mark. And so it's Chicago winning this one. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater efforts.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And now to our good friend Ernie Johnson, who is standing by in the studio.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, DeAndre Jordan. He put up a new season high tonight, and if he keeps shooting like he did tonight before the season's over, he might top it. A big key to his team's victory here.
He shot over 50% from the field in the game, a testament to how hard he worked to always find the best look possible. He was in constant motion. He found those gaps in the D and made the most of his open looks.
I said for a long time that DeAndre Jordan should be getting a lot more credit, and tonight we saw why. He is capable of completely controlling the paint in any game.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.